Good morning. I am Coach Keon Smith from Action Coach Guyana. We're also the license holder for the Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. And we are continuing our interview series with business owners, CEOs, and representatives of businesses in Georgetown and around Guyana. Today, I'm going to be speaking with a very, very special person today. This is going to be speaking with Ms. Sarojini Rajaram. She is from GASCI, that is the Guyana Association of Securities Companies and Intermediaries, Inc. I know it's going to be a mouthful, but it's also known as GASCI. And GASCI is also a subscriber to our Who's Who in Guyana Business Directory. They are on page 35. And GASCI is our very own stock exchange. So I'm really, really excited to hear more about this organization today. So please welcome Ms. Sarojini Rajaram. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Hi, good morning, Kion. I'm fine. Good morning, everyone.
Good,
Hope that you keep.
excellent. Thank you. Now, definitely our very own stock exchange. I mean, we've heard of the New York Stock Exchange, but many persons probably may not even know that we have one right here in Guyana. So, Sarojini, can you tell us about GASI?
Okay, as you would have mentioned, and the long name, as it says, Guyana Association of Securities Companies and Intermediaries Inc., GASCI. It is
Yes.
our very own stock exchange. We are located at the Hand in Hand building on Avenue Republic.
Yeah.
GASCI provides a trading platform for some shares to be traded. Like if you want to go to get vegetables, you would go to the border market or Starbuck market. But we provide the marketplace for shares and stocks to be traded. GASCI trades one time per week at 10 o'clock on Mondays, and if Monday's a holiday, we trade on Wednesday of that week. We have 4 brokers on our exchange, which you must go through in order to start trading. That is a question we're faced with ever so often. How can I go about trading through the stock exchange? So the brokers are Bihari Stockbrokers, Trust Company, Guyana Inc., Hand in Hand Trust Corporation, and Guyana Americas Merchant Bank. When you choose the broker that you are going to use, you must satisfy some anti-money laundering requirements. The basic ones are proof of address, proof of ID, and proof of income. It all depends which broker you will choose. They may ask you for further requirements. GASCI is also a self-regulatory body, but we are registered with the Guyana Securities Council, who looks over the securities industry, and also we are guided by the Securities Industry Act. For persons who wish to get involved, you don't have to get a large sum of money, which some people think they have this misconception of that you have to get like $1 million to trade. But you
Yeah.
can start small and you grow. You can also turn over your dividends. The benefits of trading through the stock exchange is that the dividends are tax free. Nothing is shared with GRA compared to interest earned in the bank. Of course, it's subject to withholding tax. Also, it protects you from some form of inflation, and you are a proud owner of the companies owned or in Guyana.
Okay.
Um, some of the companies that are traded, we have 15 companies traded on the exchange. Bang, ZIH, some of the beverage companies, like Bang, ZIH, DDL, we have Demerara Bank. We have some of the local commercial banks, like Demerara Bank, Republic Bank, GBTI, and some other manufacturing companies. I
Okay.
think that sums it up.
No, that was really, really comprehensive. I think you probably would have answered many, many questions on people's mind, even the persons who are now finding out that we do have a stock exchange, and maybe some of the misconceptions or the myths that are associated with trading stocks. One in particular is that you might need to have millions of dollars in order to trade stocks. They might not have known some of the companies that are actually trading their stocks on our local stock exchange. So that was really, really good information, Sarojini. At least I know I have learned from that. So persons who are tuned in on our social media platforms, definitely thumbs up, loves for this information, and of course the sharing of the video to persons who you believe can use it. You might have heard them speaking about getting involved in some form of investment. This is probably the perfect opportunity for them to have, well, not a very high risk way of securing future investments. What I absolutely love about it is that, the dividends are tax free. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Lovely. So it means that you have your monies working for you and you're going to enjoy the benefits of it. Now, so Regina, we are currently facing a pandemic here in our country that is creating so many different roadblocks when it comes to doing business. So my question is, how has COVID-19 affected GASCI, and what are some measures you've put in place, if any?
Okay, so currently GASCI has been closed since April 6th because of our population, and also we don't have remote trading like the New York Stock Exchange. The brokers come there and they physically conduct the trading session. So in order to protect our investors and our brokers, we have been closed temporarily. However, when we reopen the stock exchange, we plan to put some measures in place, and some that has to be adhered to, like sanitizing your hands upon entry, you must wear a mask, and of course, social distancing, at least 6 feet apart.
Yes. Okay. And that's really, really important because we want to make sure we create an environment where persons feel safe actually coming back to work. Given that COVID-19 may or may not dissipate within the near future, so we will still have to maintain adherence to the precautions so that we can play our part in reducing the spread and not creating what they call a second wave of infections because people disregard the regulations. So it's very important, and I'm happy that GASI is going to be adhering to those regulations as well. And on that note, we know what you're doing for the company. What advice, Surgeon, would you give to individuals and even fellow colleagues or businesses out there amidst what is going on with COVID-19?
I would just like to advise everyone to please wear your masks, please. It's sad when you go out there and you see some persons are not adhering to the safety precautions and they're not wearing their mask. And also try to wash your hands on a regular basis, sanitize them. Also practice social distancing. It's really heart-rending. Like for the bank, at least Republic Bank, for instance, you see persons standing close to each other. It's like business as usual, but it's really not. COVID-19 is not. It affects everyone. This
Yeah,
has nothing to do with your color, your gender, your race. It affects everyone. Doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor. It's
yeah,
here and it's reality. Um, and spike up your vitamin C. Even though you go to the pharmacy, and this has been a few months now, they're out of the vitamin C, but you could also, we're blessed. Guyana is blessed to have all these local products or the local produce that you can make your own vitamin C. The juices, there's so many fruits we can use, so you don't have to get the vitamin C tablets. So get vitamin C. You can make your own. So
yeah.
that's my advice. Please practice social distancing, wear your mask, do everything that is possible. We're all in this together, and we can only fight it together.
That was well said, Sarojini. It's definitely important that we continue to boost our immune system. So not only from the pharmaceutical medication, but we can also take advantage of our natural fruits and vegetables that we have right here in Guyana. And like you had indicated, we're probably more blessed than some parts of the world who may not have access to the variety and types of fresh fruits and vegetables that we have right here in our homeland. So it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, Sarojini. I think it's been really, really educational as well. So finally, I know that the stock exchange in itself is closed. If persons still want to get more information, how can they make contact with you guys?
You can still reach us via email at GASCI at networkgy.com or info@gasci.com, or you can visit our website, or you can call our numbers at 223-6175 or 76. We are still working from home, although we are not at the office and trading is suspended temporarily. We still take your calls and queries as to how you can go about investing through the stock exchange.
Excellent. So those numbers again, 223-6175 or 6. So they can still make contact via telephone and have their queries answered. So thank you very much, Sarojini. I'm really gonna take stock of this information as well and see how best I can share it with persons who I know are interested in investing. So thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you for having me. Stay safe, everyone. Stay safe.
All right. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay safe.